Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays a Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. We're back in the double digits, where we belong. Looks like a late stage character, which is always dangerous. Lazarus, lots of fun actually. Early game start is a lot of, it gives you some questions, you gotta love it. QTQZ H9VZ. What I mean is, it feels good, after we lost. How long did it take us to get back into 10 wins? Double digits? Took us 10 runs, Can't do much better than that. We could have not lost in the first. Yeah, okay, and maybe the dinosaurs could have thought about the fact that there might have been a meteor coming for them 10 million years before it came, and then come up with the strategy to... You get what I'm saying, is there's no use crying over spilled milk. Now, it did lead to the extinction of their entire domain kingdom. Phylum? Are dinosaurs a phylum? Give me a moment here. Are dinosaurs a phylum? Is dinosaur a genus? No, each genus is... That's the Tyrannosaurus. What family do dinosaurs belong to? Dinosaurs belong to a large group of reptiles called Archosauria. They're classified into two distinct orders. Domain, kingdom, phylum, class. Dinosaur is a class. Let me check. Are dinosaurs a class? Dinosaur classification. This is crazy. Why am I going down this road? It doesn't matter, okay? It's the best I could do. Dinosaur paleontologists have recommended a shift away from traditional ranked Linnaean taxonomy in favor of rankless phylogenetic systems. Why wasn't I informed of this during my 4-year education? They could have covered that in 10 seconds. Oh, I'm over here looking like a fool going, domain, kingdom, phylum, genus, order. Wait, Donkey Kong plays cool or fun games, sir. Domain, kingdom, phylum. Plays cool, class, order, family, genus, species. My very eager mother just served us 9 pennies. There you go. It's a little Johnny Mnemonic for you to remember that apparently completely outdated methodology for classifying animals. Well, not just animals, but all living creatures on planet Earth. Anyway, what am I talking about? Less of the dinosaur taxonomy and more of the... You get the idea. Okay. That's a bone heart. And that's got me thinking. A bone heart as Lazarus, if we can fill it up, it's probably, in my opinion, it's a little scary, and there's a divergence here. There's a great, like a split in the sect of Lazarus over the right way to lose your first life and get that 25% damage bonus for the rest of the run. I like to do it as early as possible, as early as we have any kind of HP upgrade. The reason I do it like that is because I feel like it wastes less potential resources than waiting for the first deal with the devil. Plus, you got to guarantee you get that deal with the devil, which it's not that hard, but, it could go wrong time to time. So, leave some fires alive here, because I think a bone heart gives us enough. We might also... Ooh. Okay, the rib... It aids our defense, but it doesn't really change our optics of this situation. As I see it, we'll finish this room. Honestly, I think that the rib is a pretty smart item from a developer standpoint. It's an orbital. It's worse than the offensive orbitals because it does no damage. What have they done? Well, they made it cover like, a sixth of your body. Probably, maybe more like a fifth. I don't want to be too anal about it, I guess, but more like a fifth of your body. That way it's a little bit more defensively minded than something like, say, Big Fan, which is mostly just a pain in the butt. Okay, so low on HP. That's by design. The Bone Heart. Let's try the pill. Luck down. That's okay. It happens from time to time. If we're being smart, I gotta remember, what's worth more to me? The streak or 45 seconds of my time walking back to the shop to ensure that we, are in a situation that we're comfortable with? We definitely go to the shop. You might buy a red heart, but you definitely want to buy a spirit heart to protect your devil interests. I think you actually start here, though. And we don't have a spirit heart, but we have this. What the heck? So what I should have done... You have to do that. There's no negotiation. I was thinking what I should have done, and I thought about it, was use a bomb... Blow this up, ace of spades it, I guess. But instead we're going to end up maybe being able to use it here. I didn't really want to pick up that, but that's okay. So we get a lot of keys out of it. It wasn't really a super negative for us, but it definitely was not a super positive either. Otherwise, though, 7 rate of fire, very good, 4.20 damage, speeds up. Anemia is what it is. It's very polite, very Canadian way to say that it's not that good. And we'll take mysterious paper. You know Canadians' favorite anecdote? There's a few of them. Yeah, we burned down the White House back before our country even existed, technically. So we can't really take credit for it, but do anyway. Anyway, the point is, there's a very common anecdote you hear up here now and then. If you haven't heard it and you're Canadian, we run in different circles. You know the expression, as American as apple pie. Well, there was a contest held to come up with a phrase that's the Canadian version of that. You know, as Canadian as maple syrup, as Canadian as ice hockey in November, or something like that. You know what won? As Canadian as possible, given the present circumstances. It's a way for people to say, you know, being Canadian is synonymous with being nice. Which, as you know, if you've watched my show, is not true. But, you know, sometimes you gotta break out the velvet glove. I don't know what that means. As Canadian as possible given the current circumstances. Hey! It doesn't matter if we get hit. I mean, it does matter if we get hit. We should endeavor not to. But it doesn't matter for deal with the devil purposes if we get hit once. Sorry, I had to phrase that as Canadian as possible given the current circumstances. Great fight. We're done. Wasn't really a challenge. Our damage is holding it together. We should live if we take it. But am I willing to? I'm not. I'm just not. Because the thing is, it shouldn't take the bone heart. The bone heart should still exist. I just, easy come, easy go. That's the only way I can choose to think about that. Sure, we probably could have taken Brimstone and had HP just sitting around waiting for us. Can't play this guy. Just in an awkward spot. Instead, we're not going to take it unless we get a card that allows us to. It's one of the very, very rare situations in which it probably would have been better for us to take the HP before going in. Wait a minute, does it do damage? It really felt like the slipped rib did damage there. It might do a little. It might do a lot. I've previously just been under the... As soon as I picked it up for the first time, I went, oh, I get it. Purely defensive shield. Doesn't do anything for us offensively. It doesn't... Oh, but it bounces. We should not rely on that, but I think, at least. I don't rely on anything involving, like, height in this game. Shots could come in over top, who knows. Yeah, if I can get back into that deal with the devil, that's a situation where I think all you gotta say is, like, I'm content with where we're at. And I'm very happy that we didn't take it, even though if we had taken it, it probably would be better for us. But here's the thing. We don't need it on this run, at least not yet. We can get a later deal with the devil. We can try to roll deals with the angel. Now, of course, the classic problem is, like, you don't know that you need it until it's too late, but I wasn't willing to bet on my Isaac knowledge there. And I think sometimes you gotta recognize what you don't know, the known unknowns and the unknown unknowns. Unknown, unknown brimstone. That's Around the World by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. One of the B-tier Red Hot Chili Peppers singles that is not always oft remembered. I think we're just out. I'm not going to pay 5 cents, or pay a bomb for 5 cents. I'm not really worried about a second secret room. I'm good to go. Disappointed we didn't get Brimmer, but we'll be eating wins for dinner. As long as we keep our heads screwed on straight here. What do we lack on this run? Well, the honest answer is nothing. And the slightly more interesting answer is everything. Which is to say, all of our stats are pretty solid. None of our stats are that good. Ooh. So like HP, I would say that at this point in our Isaac careers is probably above average for where we would normally expect to be. Normally we take that first deal with the devil, 1 or 2 of the first options on the deal with the devil, and oh, you idiot. And we end up having less HP than 4, for sure, especially with 1 bone heart. Nah. Rate of fire is good. Damage is probably the first sore spot. It's fine. I like that. Now, the poop is a terrible spacebar item, and I don't care. You know, I've heard from poop apologists for years that it's not actually that bad. Sure, once every 100,000 years or so, where the sun doth shine and the moon doth glow, can help you set up a cool situation like that where an enemy that's chasing you gets farted away into the middle distance. That's unfortunately not the norm. It's not likely enough to be useful to pay out. Well, it's not likely enough to pay out with pennies to be useful, I should say. We're taking some pretty dumb damage here, but ooh, that's a really, really good chest. I'm willing to go for this. Now, Loki's horns is like borderline not worth it. But we didn't pay anything to get it. So it's borderline not worth what? Our time? Our time is worth nothing right now. This run is still in limbo. It's a yellow light. That could change it again. Tomorrow's my day off, so if I spend 10 hours today playing Isaac, does that defeat the purpose of taking a day off? Absolutely not, for some reason. Try not to think about it too hard. Yo, we do need bombs, so I'm happy with this. I want red hearts, though. This is a secret room. Red hearts open up the curse room, which opens up a pretty good likelihood to get a spirit heart, a teleportation to the deal with the devil. Golden bombs. Okay. How'd you like that? It was just a little remix live on the fly for you. No, I can't. Losing the bone heart would actually be... Okay, now we can do it. But if we had done it before, gone to this cursed room and put our bone heart in jeopardy, could really cause a problem for us. Can't take it. Retrovision. You've done it again. Okay, I'm not going to do that. I think that joke is a little bit mean-spirited at this point. Alright. I just, you know my position on Retrovision. Haha. How do you do, fellow kids? But it does give us the opportunity to go fill your eyes with Retrovision, Fryman. You know, that's a quote, by the way, from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, the Adult Swim show, pre-Rick and Morty era. I think I think Aqua Teen Hunger Force is an okay show. It's a little too holds up spork, but there's some great episodes. You know, the Moonanites being standouts for sure. The Adult Swim show that I really get down with, wow, that was close. Okay, and then that was not close at all. That was just me getting bodied over and over. And non-stop owned. Stop owning me. Mom says it's my turn to not be owned at video games. Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Best thing Cartoon Network's ever produced. I was just going back to buy a red heart, and I said, I'll just take one little pill for the road. And it hurts because I just expressed the most right opinion I've ever had, which is that Space Ghost Coast to Coast is the best thing that Adult Swim has ever produced, bar none. And I'm being raked over the coals for presenting new ideas. Losing that bone heart, it hurts a great deal. It makes me want to sing an REM song. I also just lost my deal with the devil chance. I am very stupid, and we have played very poorly on this floor. He's done. Okay, well, we still got a 2.75% chance. Let's not get too despondent. Latchkey is helpful, but, yeah, we're a little... it's a problematic zone. We probably would not have gotten the deal with the devil, but it hurts to not even be given the chance. To not lose on our own terms. Because of mistakes I made. Alright, we marked that with poop to say don't go back there. We're starting to approach, and this is a very clear demonstration of it. Starting to approach that kind of like Isaac danger zone. Where, we're dipping below the power necessary to guarantee deals with the devil. And that's where things can start to become a little bit of a problem. Anemia is somewhat helpful here, but thank God we landed one of those shots. All I mean by that is, you know, we take one spirit heart down. On an average run, we got a really, really good chance of not losing any red hearts. On this run, DPS, other contributing factors, not necessarily leaving us in a great spot with respect to our heart survivability. Like, our HP is okay, but unremarkable. I'll tell you one thing. On that floor, that was kind of a critical floor. To get Loki's Horns, Latchkey, and Key Beggar, that's not what you want to... You know, it's not the report card you want to bring home to your parents. You know, you'd like to bring home some kind of damage upgrade, like perhaps a Brimstone would have been nice. Just if hypothetically we had the opportunity to get Brimstone. I don't know if that's within the realm of possibility. I started a joke that started the whole world laughing. It's the new bit, I guess, is I Nightcore my own joke. Hey, see, I challenge you. Put any Isaac content creator in this room 10 times with the same situation that I have right there. Can they not get hit? Still staying alive, like the ill-advised sequel to Saturday Night Fever, where Jonathan Travolta moves on to electronic dance halls, but this is a start. I'll admit, this is a start. Blue Candle, very, very useful. I'm willing to take a ride on this pill. Pretty Fly. Got a lot of defensive help. And now we actually have, on some rooms, we got double advantages here. What I mean by that is that Blue Candle and Anemic kind of work together when enemies get funneled into a specific lane. And even if we get, don't do that. Even if we get nothing else on this floor, Blue Candle is good enough. It's more than one floor's worth of goodness. Let's leave it at that. That was a very narrow miss. Extremely good fight. Now we got like 1 in 6 odds. Didn't get it, but we got survivability. It's okay. This run, it's pulling it back. It started pretty strong. You know, I thought our first floor was really good. You know, things change. That's okay. Looking for Magic Mush. Haven't really had to be, I don't want to call it greedy. We haven't had to be as min-maxy on a lot of our runs as we're being right now. You know, we haven't been using bombs on that room. We've just been, you know, talking about, oh, what kind of kombucha am I going to drink tomorrow? Oh, boy. Oh, Mom lets me go to the malt shop on my day off. Now we're getting down to brass tacks on this one. Gotta focus on the task at hand. Look at that. Blue Candle has busted this wide open. Ruka, you're welcome to come into the room, but there's like 2 rules. Don't jump on my desk. Oh, proptosis. Sitting in an item room, bring, bing. Want to get some things, kill enemies real fast, go vroom, boom, 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 boom. You guys like Jethro Tull? Yes, you can't bite my hands. That's rule number 2. Hello, welcome. Oh, does he want to get in the box, Ruka? Ruka? Ruka. Ruka. He doesn't like the box. He's a desk man. That's a big jump, buddy. Ooh. Look at the hops on Ruka. Okay. You can't bite my hand. I'll be mad. I'll be so mad. Proptosis. That was where we left off the commentary that was not cat related. Obviously, like, pretty much one of the single best items you could ever get from a single item room. Literally anybody complaining about that doesn't know what they're talking about. This is where you now snap back to the Northernlion subreddit. Someone will be like, well, really, in episode 33 of the original Rebirth run, the first time you had the item, you said, I don't know, I think it just makes our tiers bigger. Look, it was a different era. Okay, back then, I didn't play with a HUD. I didn't see what the stats were. I didn't see how they were affected by items that we picked up. I played entirely by feel. I didn't have the artillery firing tables. I was just going, licking my finger and then seeing which way it felt like the wind was blowing. Now, I got all these scientific instruments. Ooh. That's fine. We got a 100% chance of a deal with the devil on this floor. Or angel, for that matter. But 100% chance of some sort of free item. Or extra item pedestal. Let's put it that way. And really, the number of items you pick up is probably the single best indicator of whether or not you're going to win a run. The more items you pick up, the more you're going to win. That correlation is unfair. Because if you lose a run, on like the third floor, you're only going to have had the chance to pick up like 2 items. I deliberately constructed it so that I cannot be wrong. And you know what we call that? Ensuring that you continue to get money from the university you work at because your scientific papers are always accepted. Now, I don't want to make this about the rejection of traditional hierarchical, careless Linnaeus-style phylogenetic structures, but apparently I've been forced to. You know, I didn't choose the thug life chose me. Not interested. We have not been to our shop yet. I don't know, do we want to keep shop key? We have been actually a little low on keys lately. Never mind. Let's go to that shop real quick. We know we're not making boss rush, but we're not remarkably behind schedule considering that for a little while we were kind of harangued by low damage. You know, I was thinking about it again today. This is going to contain very, very light spoilers for the game Detroit Become Human by Quantic Dream. If you're still playing that, leave now or forever hold your peace. Or, like, I'm not going to directly spoil any plot points. What I will say, okay, and it's starting now, is there's a moment in that game, a very pivotal moment, where you have to make a decision quickly, and the writers of Quantic Dream chose to use the word interpose to define one of the actions. Now, interpose, you can look it up on dictionary.com for yourself. It means to get in between. Fair. You know, of course, you know, if you get the time to puzzle it out, of course that's what it means, right? Check this out. We're going to fight you first, and then we're going to per-throw everything. Forget fighting Mega Satan. This is about getting Sacred Heart. Anyway, so it says interpose. And when I saw it, I went, what the heck is interpose? I don't know what it is, so I don't want to choose it. Now, of course, in my head, I was like, it does sound like it means intervene. But why wouldn't... Oh, no. Why wouldn't they just use intervene if that was the case, you know? Well, we're still getting the relic out of it. That's really good. I don't even care what the other items are because I can't grab them. Why wouldn't they just use intervene? I saw a comment, kind of tilted me. It said... And it was because it was part of a meme that was brought up recently. But the comment said, and it's not a mean-spirited comment at all. It's a funny comment. But it said, I'm surprised NL didn't know what interpose means. I don't know what it means myself, but he has a large vocabulary. So I'm very surprised that he didn't know what it means. First off, thank you. That's very complimentary and effusive, and I appreciate it. But simultaneously, maybe the fact that the man with the large vocabulary doesn't know what the word means they should have chosen a different word. I'm sorry, Ruka. My voice went up a little bit there. I'm not salty about it. The only reason I'm salty is because people were salty that he doesn't know what the word means. But literally, I've been alive, 29 years on planet Earth, spent all my time speaking English, never heard the word. To the best of my knowledge, never heard or read the word before. And I've been reading the collected works of Raymond Carver. So don't even start with me about being well read. Maybe put down the programming textbook, Poindexter, and pick up a Charlotte Bronte novel. Page 734, there it is right there. Yeah, whatever you say, Dad. Anyway. Yeah, that's right. Go sleep in the box, Ruka. It's more comfortable for everybody. I don't know why you harbor these delusions that for some reason the desk is better than the box that's on the desk. If I could sleep in the box, I would rather be in the box. Because then I could go, I'm the cat in the box. Fill my bowl with treats. Feed me tuna tonight. You guys like Alice in Chains? Look, I'm gonna be recording a lot of these today. It's nice for me to... Oh, he's invincible now, huh? He's just... Alright. Fair enough. It's nice for me to be able to have moments like that. Don't do it. I don't think we should leave. I think leaving would be very, not smart. I hate that you took that key, though. I really was hoping I would be able to, get the ability to fly and gain that key or something. Either way, dude, we're fine. Like, actually, well and truly, completely okay. We just want to make sure we're not making mistakes that could cost us the run by leaving, well, like, preferably not leaving our item room behind. Kanye, step away from the limelight like when I was on the grind in the 1999. What's your favorite song that says 1999 in it? I can think of two, and I know it's going to blow your mind. By the way, none of them are Tonight We're Going to Party Like It's 1999. Because I didn't say 1999. I said 1999. So there's Gone by Kanye West off his 2005 album Late Registration, as previously mentioned. Then there's Bombs Over Baghdad by Outkast. This will be the year that we won't forget. 1999, We're all familiar with it. It's Pitchfork's #1 song of the 2000s. Ironically enough. Tells you everything you need to know about Pitchfork Media. Their favorite song of the decade from 2000 to 2010 was a song that says 1999 in the title. Well, not in the title, but in the text. Anyway, I gotta go with Bombs Over Baghdad, even though I think they're both great songs. Historically, it seems like if you put 1999 in your song, it's very likely to be, dare I suggest, a banger. Secret room, please. Unlikely. Yeah, would have been nice, but you can't. Yeah, we've already done that bit. Okay, moving on. Bit number 12. Let's see. Going through my bit cycle here. I don't have one of those. Lockdown. Power pill. Hematemesis. Not interested. Take the Fool card out. Dude, I've been trying to glean a key, however possible here. I know Glean a Key sounds like the name of a regional airport in the Midwest. And I would know because I've Googled many of them. Unfortunately, while flying an X-plane. Dude, I can't believe, by the way, I know I've talked about it. I've talked about the simulator too much. It's not that I'm obsessed with it. It's just that it's amazing to me that I got into this flight sim, like, right as the SeaTac dude was like, hey, I'm gonna ruin it for everybody. By basically stealing a plane and going like, you don't have to worry about me, I played flying simulators. Like, that's the kind of stuff that makes you believe that the whole world is a simulation just set up for you to play around in, or to punish you, depending on, your personality, I suppose. I hate losing that one, but life goes on. But anyway, the Wall Street Journal wrote an article that was like, experts anxious over flight simulators, and I'm like, are you kidding me? The dude literally was up. There's like air traffic recording, air traffic control, I should say. And it hurts me to leave these, but I'm gonna do it because I love having Blue Candle for now. Recordings of him going, yeah, I'm just feeling a little bit down recently. But yeah, okay, no, you got it. It's the simulator, the thing that allowed him to fly safely, even briefly for a moment after we stole the airplane. But yeah, there's an article that's like, are these training future hijackers? What the heck are you talking about? It's actually comical to me that they're like, pretty soon you might need a license in the United States of America to purchase a game on Steam. What about a game where you 100 people drop into an island and then just shoot the Christ out of each other? Nah, nothing to worry about. The game that might give you a slight bit of information about how to fly a civilian or general aircraft, though. That's the one. I'm not even saying violent video games are a problem at all. All I'm saying is, if I could come up with the most boring game to have controversy, it'd be freaking X-Plane 11. You know what I did last night? Okay, I had landed in Las Vegas in X-Plane. So I flew from Las Vegas to Chicago. What did that entail? I programmed the flight computer to give me the waypoints from Los Angeles to Chicago. I manually took her up to cruising altitude, put it on the waypoint that takes me 99% of the way to Chicago, turned on autopilot, went and did dishes, took a shower, watched a little bit of streams, took over the controls 2 hours later for the final little bit of it, and then landed. Wow. You better stop me. It's very dangerous. So it's tempting to take Sad Onion, but it's only 1 tier's upgrade right now, so I'm gonna go for Toxic Shock instead. Can't take it. That's fine. That's just insane to me. You know, like, go to a flight sim community. You know who, like, 99% of the people in a flight sim community are? Like, 55-year-old engineers from Germany. And the UK, for whatever reason. And the questions are not like, how can I get into a CRJ 200 without anybody knowing? They're all like, oh, there's a light on in my cabin, and I don't know what it means. And then, you know, somebody else replies, and their picture is like them in the pilot's uniform they wear when they fly for Delta. And it's like, well, you haven't turned your packs on to auto. So go look up at here's the 99-page document about how to make sure that you have enough oxygen at cruising altitude. Here you go. And then you know what they say? Thank you. That's what the flying simulator community is like, at least in my very limited experience with it. It's just insane to me. I guess it's for the clicks, but... Is this $70 Steam product training killers? Oh, do you mean the one where you realistically use a firearm you could buy at Walmart? No, you idiot! The one where you fly a $60 million jet held in, like, the most restrictive places that are accessible to the general public on planet Earth. Of course. Yeah, okay. I gotta click on that article, see what's going on. I almost never accuse anybody of clickbait, and when I do, I recognize it for what it is most of the time. Like, I think, and Mathis would agree with this, I think. Mathis, clickbait's his titles. At the core of it, clickbait is just gussying up your titles and the description and picture and thumbnail and stuff like that to make it as enticing as possible. Everybody clickbaits to some extent, otherwise you would just title your video, Darkest Dungeon, episode 33. Oh, wait. Anyway, the point is... That's too many spirit hearts, dude. The point is, I think clickbait is fine as long as it's not misleading or actually stoking, like, ignorance in society. I don't care if somebody's like, top 10 items in Fortnite, and then they put, like, their face with a gasp. Because I'm an adult, and I don't care. Well, I got tricked into clicking on a video that was using obviously manipulative tactics. You know? You got owned. It happens to the best of us. You see me in a couple of these rooms so far? I've been owned nonstop. Nothing you can do about it. Except try, I mean, just don't click on it in the future, I suppose, would be the alternative. But anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. When it becomes deliberately, like, just ignorant, that's where it's the worst. I hope, like, You know, my mom, she watches all the newses, you know, all genres of news. If I tell her I play a flight sim and she calls the cops on me, I'm gonna be real cheesed. I'm not gonna be cheesed at her, she's a wonderful woman. I'll be a little cheesed at her, but like in private. I'll be cheesed to you, Wall Street Journal. It's irresponsible reporting. Anyway. Yeah, I've been in the community for 10 seconds and now I'm the champion of the flight sim community. Who will stand up for these largely educated professionals doing a fairly lucrative job as long as they work for a major carrier? If I don't do it, nobody will do it.
Two of clubs.
Hey. I had so much time to think of a cool one-liner like, it's not my problem. I didn't friggin' do it. Saw my moment. Okay, please God. The run is fine. It's actually very good. We stand such a small chance to lose. However, I could honestly benefit from like a nice damage upgrade. Of course, we have had Proptosis. You don't need more than Proptosis to win, but Proptosis is, to the best of my knowledge, the only damage upgrade we've had minus the 25% multiplier. So I wouldn't mind. Yeah, you know what? That's perfect. You've neutralized my belly aching essentially right as it happened. Thank you so much. Me and ceremonial robes. We got a thing going on. One of these days, it's gonna come out and it's gonna be beautiful, and you're gonna be like, he can sing. And then I'm gonna open my mouth to sing again, and it's gonna be gone. But I'm telling you, you'll have been there. You'll have been there. We should open that. We're getting lazy. It's not a good look to ask for a damage upgrade, get it, and then be like, well, I don't need to pick up consumables. Act like you've been there before, you know? It's like, you know, if you see Alexander Ovechkin, everybody knows he's an offensive player, but you still want to see him back check, you know? Even if that's not what he's known for. Back checking is essentially when the rush moves in the opposite direction, back towards your own goal, you want to be skating towards your goal, not necessarily backwards. Be careful with my verbiage. In order to, you know, cover your man or cover your zone, get your stick in a lane or something like that. You don't just want to let him blow by you, conserve energy for like trying to score a goal on your next possession. So you want to be seen at least as doing some defense, not just hanging out up at the front. No controller unplugged moments, you know what I mean? Now this is true laziness, but we're gonna get so many more spirit hearts. You are a fool. So many more spirit hearts, we really don't care about, yes. But no. That we really don't care about grabbing that one immediately, is what I was gonna say. Instead, we'll pay for one by spending a bomb. Alright, no hush chance. We did get a deal with the devil. I was gonna say an undeserved deal with the devil. My brain got a little caught up in the syllables there. That's okay. Happens from time to time. I don't think I have a speech impediment. I do misspeak sometimes. In my defense, I think I misspeak the most on the NLSS. The NLSS, straight up, is like being in a freaking Discord call designed to jam your speech. For a couple of reasons. One is if you know implicitly, even if you're not thinking about it at every given waking moment, if you ever mess up, somebody, probably Rob, is gonna be like, he said the word wrong, ha ha ha. So you got that, you know, it puts you a little bit on eggshells to begin with. Secondarily, everybody is talking simultaneously, and you're doing another task. You're playing a video game. Like, you can't finish a sentence on the NLSS anymore. I'll be like, I had breakfast the other day, and somebody will be like, oh, what's your favorite thing to have for breakfast? And I'm like, you know, my sentence wasn't just gonna end with I was having breakfast the other day. I left like an implicit ... in there. Baby, turn around so I can see your anecdote go ... Anyway, the chaotic element of the NLSS is part of what makes it humorous, but it's also very frustrating when you're trying to, you know, be a, what's the word I'm trying to look for? When you're trying to enunciate clearly and choose your diction in a very considered fashion. Eventually, you just gotta yell. You got to yell louder, and you got to yell longer than the other people, and then you can be like, it was a marvelous Eggs Benedict and a hollandaise sauce on a gluten-free English muffin. Are you happy? So you know that anecdote. You're like, that's you. It's not me. I've never had Eggs Benedict. You know why? I don't like hollandaise sauce. How do you know you don't like hollandaise sauce if you never had Eggs Benedict? You know how I know that? Because I had hollandaise sauce when I was younger many times. My grandparents would cook a salmon in a hollandaise sauce, almost as if it was, you know, lunchtime at the IKEA cafeteria. And I do not enjoy it. And that's okay. I'm very happy. Kate loves Eggs Benedict. I will eat almost any of her leftovers. We got a great relationship, culinarily speaking. She'll eat, you know, 2/3 of her meal at a restaurant. She goes, you want that packed up? I go, yeah. Bring it home. I'll eat it the next day. Or maybe like 4 hours after we brought it home. Either way. Hey, that's rude. But she knows the Eggs Benedict are 100% safe. Because first off, I don't know if they'll pack those up to go anyway. I don't know if restaurants like to give you... they'll probably give you cooked eggs. What's wrong with a cooked egg? The only thing I've had a restaurant ever be weird about is cooked mussels. You know, like seafood. They were like, we'll give you the seafood, but you have to eat it like within the next 12 or 24 hours. And I was like, dude, absolutely not. But if that makes you feel better, then I will tell you that I'm going to do that. Then I never ate them because the restaurant freaked me out. Anyway, the point is, I never take her Eggs Benedict. Because I don't like a hollandaise. It's the sad truth. I don't appreciate it. I wish I did, because Eggs Benedict, it really feel like it opened up in the brunch world over the past, you know, decade or so. When I was a kid, brunch was waffles, cantaloupe, a buffet with a heater tray and a bunch of bacon in it that's like not cooked to the proper, it's either drastically overcooked or extremely chewy. Now brunch is like alcoholic beverages with orange juice and Eggs Benedict, and it's passed me by.
I'll take the all-day breakfast. I'll take the classic breakfast, please.
Get a load of this guy. Living on the West Coast, ordering a classic breakfast. You sure you don't want 6 avocados with that?
No, I'm okay.
You want to replace your potatoes with quinoa patties?
No, I like the potatoes.
You want the gluten-free bread instead of the sourdough?
Oh, that's okay. I don't have a gluten intolerance.
Do you want to pay $6 to upgrade to fresh squeezed orange juice instead of the card?
No, that's all right. Generally speaking, I prefer the fresh squeezed orange juice, but the surcharge is quite expensive, my friend.
But I will leave you a tip for your service. Thank you for your service. What if you... dude, so... Straight up, in Canada, when you pay for a restaurant bill on credit card, and probably in other parts of the world, but I'm saying this specifically in contrast to the U.S., because for whatever reason, this isn't meant as a U.S. slight, but y'all are like 2 years behind the rest of the world consistently when it comes to credit card techniques. Like, when we introduced chip and pin in Canada, which we probably were not the first, I'm assuming, but I went down to America, every place was still swiping. They're like, you gotta swipe your card and then sign. Then, when we got tap, you guys got chip and pin. So I don't know what you're doing down there, but often when you pay for a bill at an American restaurant by a credit card, they usually bring you like a little thing, like a booklet, and then you put your credit card in the booklet, and then they go, we'll be right back with that, sir. And then they, and I'm not talking about fancy places, this is like Red Robin, we'll do this for you. And then they'll come back, and they'll have 2 pieces of paper in there, and you never really know which one you're supposed to take and which one you're supposed to leave, but I guess in the end, you're probably fine with either as long as you don't take both, or you don't take any. That also works fine. Don't give the American taxpayer your, you know, footing the bill for your whiskey double cheeseburger. But anyway, the point is, you sign the piece of paper, you write in a little tip, you do a little arithmetic, and then you're good to go. I'm going to start writing thank you for your service. I'm going to give him a tip. I'm not going to write thank you for your service in the tip spot. That's like terrible. But I think I'm going to start writing thank you for your service. And I just want, it might take 7 or 8 years, but there's going to be anecdotes coming out around the Pacific Northwest. It's not even rude, it's just weird. Like if I was a waiter and somebody wrote thank you for your service, I would be like, that's a strange thing to leave. I think it is, at least, because thank you for your service colloquially is used to refer to military veterans. I don't know, some people might take it the wrong way. They might think you're making fun of them. They might think you're disrespecting military veterans. That's not the case. All I'm doing is disrespecting myself by debasing myself with this terrible joke. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.